calorie counting doesn't work. Is that in itself true?
At a certain level, if you wear your scientist hat on and you're looking at studies, and you sum all the studies where they've put people on calorie counting diets or reduced calories long term, and they follow them up for a couple of years, you find that 80% of people go back to where they were.
Yeah.
So there's only 1 in 5 people benefit, 4 out of 5 people have no benefit, and some get worse. So you could sort of argue, on average, there's no real benefit for most people. But if you could take it at an individual level, you could be lucky, and you might be that person that can sustain it. But you might also be very unlucky, be that one person that bounces back so much that they're actually heavier, having done that period of fasting. So all these headlines are summarizing lots of nuanced data and ignoring the individual.
Yeah.
But that's just the way science up to now has worked. And it's also worked the other way, because people in the past didn't question the idea, and they assumed that if you believe calories in, calories out, all you got to do is, just check. Oh, my calories are a bit lower today than yesterday. I used to have 1 banana a day, and now I'm going to have half a banana a day. If I do that for a year, I'll lose weight. It doesn't work like that. So yes, so you can take these headlines either way and use it to support or refute any argument. And I meet people who say, well, actually, I'm one of those people that still does follow a calorie controlled diet, and it's helped me.
Yeah.
But they are the minority. So when people come to me, I say, yeah, well, that's fine. My training as a scientist and an epidemiologist is to summarize all the data and try and play it back in ways that you can then give a general advice to people who might have thought something different. So, I'm not upset that we had that debate in those conversations. Yeah. Even if the tagline irritated some people or confused some people, because hopefully they then listen to the discussion like we're listening to it now and saying, well, yes, okay, if there's 100 people, then you will have 20 people at 2 years who might still be below the weight they did after that intensive dieting, but 80 of them will not, and of those 20 will be, more obese.
So is it not the case that if you consume less calories than you lose weight?
That is still true, but your body doesn't let you do that, because it's not simply a furnace that you put energy in and then it burns it in a simple way. It's that you've got this sort of gearing mechanism that changes it, that once you're getting less calories in, the rate at which you're burning goes right down, and your body's conserving that. So that same equation when you started that diet is very different. And the same is true with exercise. So whether you're losing weight through calorie restriction or through exercise, your body, by evolution, has been trained to conserve energy. Through most of our evolution, we haven't had 24/7 snacks everywhere.
Oh, we'll get on to snacking.
But evolution is very much there to conserve our body weight, our reserves of fat, our muscles. And so after exercise, it says rest. So you send signal to your brain, rest, slow everything down, slow your metabolism, don't burn things up, conserve it all. And that's why when you must have seen this, people doing successive marathons across the US or whatever. The first week they lose weight and then it just absolutely flattens. And it's not like they're eating more. Their body adapts. Yeah. And that's what we've been missing from this debate, is how clever the body is at adapting and fighting loss of calories. And it does it both by changing metabolism, but also by ramping up hunger.
You know, Huel has been a staple of my diet for some time, and I'm currently loving these Huel Daily A to Z vitamins. Tastes great, refreshing. Each can has 26 vitamins and minerals, offering 154 science-backed health benefits. Reduced tiredness and fatigue, normal cognitive function, healthy skin, hair and nails, and vitamin D for immunity. This is a vitamin drink that offers everything you could need it to. So what are you waiting for? Grab it right now in Tesco stores nationwide or at huel.com and let me know what you think.
The trigger in the brain says, you've got to eat more, guys. We're losing valuable reserves here. And when you look at that snack food, it'll just, your appetite signal will be ramped up 30%. And so you'll just say, shall I have that extra biscuit? Yes or no? And if you're been exercising or you're on a calorie restriction, you're more likely to take that extra snack. So that's why it's much more complex. And that's why this simplistic idea of calories in, calories out doesn't work in practice.
So for people listening to this thinking, well, I keep an eye on my calories and I exercise, but I'm not losing weight. What is the thing that they should change? Because they're already mindful about what they're eating, I guess. I like the idea of calorie counting because it's a bit like having a budget, right? Having a budget doesn't make you richer, but it does make you mindful about the money that you're spending. And I kind of think of calorie counting in that sense. I know it doesn't tell you about all the other amazing nutrients that you need to live your life, and we'll talk about your gut microbiome in a minute, but I do see a benefit to calorie counting.
Well, I see it as a major enemy of food quality.
Right.
The people who love calorie counting are perhaps, exceptions like yourself and other people that have successfully done, the rare people who have done successfully calorie restricted diets. But it means you're not talking about the food quality. So everything is about calories. And the food manufacturers love this idea that you can quantify food by its calories, which means you can change anything else in it, add any kind of crap that's in there, all these chemicals, and all you're doing is reducing that calorie count. And we now know that studies have shown that these ultra-processed foods, even with low calorie, are actually, for reasons we still don't understand, increasing your appetite signals. So you can have low-calorie foods and you say, okay, I'm having 30% less calories today. I'm going to have all these low-calorie foods. You've done your calculation. What you didn't calculate for is that by doing it, your body's ramped up your hunger signal by 30%. So inadvertently, you're going to eat more at your next meal, or you'll be hungrier, so you want to eat more, and you get into a vicious circle. So by focusing on calories, you're ignoring all the other important things about food that we used to eat, which didn't used to be a problem.